Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer for Kentucky Derby Prep Recap. We're going to take a look back at the Sham Stakes at Santa Anita, going a two-turn mile, and we already have, I think, a major Kentucky Derby contender coming out of the Sham. Let's break for the gate, and Life is Good is going to be the number 5, breaking from the far outside for trainer Who Spa Baffert. He's 1-5 in this race, Mike, and this horse has speed.
Yeah, I mean, he got outbroken this race by his stablemate at the rail, Dan, but you could see that Mike Smith wanted this horse to be on the lead, so he let him run to the first turn before he takes over. I mean, I feel like he's actually a little bit hard to settle because he had to work a little bit to get to the front. But man, he goes a pretty legitimate pace in this race. Another very impressive run from this horse.
And a lot of folks are already comparing him to Authentic, last year's Kentucky Derby winner, last year's Breeders' Cup Classic winner, the likely horse of the year for 2020. And that Authentic won one start as a 2-year-old, as did Life is Good. And then he ran in the Sham. And he ran a race like this, kind of a little hard to settle, big speed early, just holds on late. This is a talented horse that's still learning, but we're going to see a little bit of a stretch fight with Medina Spirit.
Yeah, you can see, they did have to use him a little bit to make the front. He's moving right along here on the lead, though, Dan. It's not like he's walking up there on a clear lead. This horse is really moving right along. He will, I guess, in about the last eighth of a mile. Mike Smith is going to have to get after him a little bit to hold on. But all in all, this horse pretty much ran from start to finish in his first start around 2 turns.
And there's really no other running going on behind the 2 Baffert-trained runners. Right here, it looks like it's still going to be showtime. Smith's posing on Life is Good at the 8th pole, but let's give Medina Spirit some credit. He's never going to quit. He's going to make this a little bit close on the outside right now. We see Life is Good is drifting a little bit. Life is Good does hold on to win. 101 Beyer speed figure for only his second lifetime start, another son of Into Mischief. Let's talk a little bit about this pedigree. We see his speed. We know he's fast out of the gate. To me, when I look at his pedigree, kind of more of a mile or middle distance pedigree.
Yeah, I think that might be true. I guess we'll see what happens. It feels like pedigree, as far as, true distance pedigrees anyway go, it seems to matter less and less as far as the Kentucky Derby goes as time goes on. Certainly it could be something that gets to this horse down the line, but just based on overall talent, this horse has run 2 real good races for Baffert.
Not only overall talent, but Beyer speed figures of 91, 101, hasn't been headed at any call, won his debut by almost 10, and he showed a little bit of heart to win that race. Let's talk about Medina Spirit, who finished second, 13 lengths clear of the 3rd place finisher. This is a horse that to me looks like an overachiever, a horse that's a hard trier, may not have the most natural ability in the world, but if you make a mistake against a horse like this, he can beat you.
No, I agree. This horse ran pretty well, I thought, in his career debut at Los Al. Only a 76 Beyer winning that race, but that was at 5.5, Dan. They stretched him out, around 2 turns for this race to go a mile. He never gave up in this race. And it's also worth noting, I mean, I suppose they could have tried to go forward with him. He broke like a rocket from the gate, but they just weren't going to go after his stablemate, sprinting to the early lead in there. This horse never stopped trying to catch his stablemate, though. He ran well in this race.
So ho-hum, Baffert runs 1-2 in the first major prep race of 2021 in Southern California with big Beyer speed figures for both. But right now, Life is Good for Baffert and Smith. 2 for 2 in his career, 101 Beyer speed figure, and on to bigger and better.